So our GE oven here is not working. What happens is turn it on bake, and here's the heating element for bake. That is not getting hot at all. The one above here for broil, that is getting hot. So this heating element probably needs to be replaced, so that's what we're going to look at today. So let's go ahead and turn everything off. I'm going to go downstairs and we're going to turn the fuse off, all electricity off to the oven here. And here we are at the fuse box. I think it's marked over here. Got the dryer oven, so we're going to turn that off, and the power should be turned off now to the oven. Let's just check and make sure everything's off, no lights on, so we're good here. So we can start working on this. So to remove the door here, I'm just going to pull it open to right there. And I should be able to just pull the door straight off using both hands, one on each side, and just pulling it straight up. So with the door removed, it's going to be easier now to see kind of what's going on here. I'm just going to look around the heating element here and see if I see any burn spots on it. So far I don't see anything really wrong with it, but it could still be bad. So it looks like there's two screws here, or little mini bolts, I guess. I'm going to have a wrench to get these off, and then once we get this off, maybe we can pull the element and see how the wires are attached to the heating element here. Alright, I'm just using a little miniature crescent wrench here. Okay. Alright, let's make sure we know where those are going to be at. So it looks like one of the wires is missing or burned off. You can see this one's still attached here, but this one's missing. So see if I can find that wire. Okay, I can feel it back here. But it seems to be too short to be able to pull through any farther, so it looks like it may be burned, maybe a section up, some of it burned up back there. It's just too short for me to work with here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to take, looks like I'm going to have to take the oven out of the cabinet and work from behind the oven. To do that, it looks like there's 2 or 4 screws here going into the cabinet, one on each corner of the oven. I'm not sure if this top part is attached, but let's go ahead and get these off here, the Phillips head screwdriver, and see if we can pull it away from the cabinet. Alright, so I'm working by myself here, and I want to pull this out. It's going to be pretty heavy, and so I'm going to need something to lay it on once I pull it out. See, I can pull it out. It's not going to be too hard probably, but it's going to start tilting down, so I'm going to try to use this chair to support it. Obviously that's too low, so I'm going to try to boost it with a box or something. Try to get it kind of level so I can lay, well, you'll see in just a second. All right, so here's what I'm going with. This is a little higher, this stool, and we've got a box here. That's pretty close to being level here. So let's go ahead and pull it out now. Alright, so we're free here. Can move it a little more out. Just want to make sure my wire's good here. And that looks like I've got plenty of that. Make sure that it's balanced well. So to get to those wires connected to the element, this panel right here needs to come off. That is held on by the screw at the top up here. So let's get that off. Okay, with the panel off now, you can see the wire that was on the heating element. It's really thinned out here, so it looks like it just burned right off. Here's the other one that's still connected. Let's try to push that through a little more. Yeah, so it needs to connect right here, and there's not enough wire there. This one's still connected, and it looks kind of like it's in shambles here. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off as well. And clean that up. It's just breaking in my hand. But the element, these look pretty good. They're not corroded. Maybe I can find, these look to be threaded, like there should be screws in here. So maybe we can fix that up better than the way it is here. So I'm going to go to the hardware store, try to find some additional wire, try to find just some parts I'm going to need here, maybe some screws that'll go in here. So I'll be back from the hardware store now, and I picked up a few things. So what I've got here is some wire here. This is 12 gauge wire. This is good for up to 600 volts, I believe. Yeah, right there. So this is like $1 a foot. So I've cut these into 6 inches, 2 sections here. This section is going to go with the wire that we're adding on to. I've stripped off about a 1/2 inch on this end, about 1/4 of an inch on this end. This end here will go into this little thing right here. I'm not sure what it's called, but I bought 2 of these. And then I'll crimp this down over the wire. After I do that, I'll connect this end to the old wire. I've already stripped off the old wire on the oven, so it'll be ready to screw together with a wire nut. I was hoping to get a ceramic wire nut. I couldn't find one anywhere, so I'm going to go with just a regular wire nut to connect this new wire to the old oven wire. Now this wire here is going to, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I decided to clean up the other side because it was in pretty bad shape. I took it off of the heating element and noticed that it was cracking here, so I cut this much off of it, and we're going to do the same thing with this right here. These screws right here, now I didn't have screws before, so I couldn't really take any to the hardware store, and I didn't know what size they were, so I just bought a bunch of screws, different sizes, two each, different sizes, and they were like 10 cents a screw, so you know, not a big deal. But these right here actually will fit into the heating element. They actually screw into it, so I'm not sure what size they are. So what will happen is I'll drop this in there like that, and they'll go through the heating, or screw into the heating element, Philip said. Yeah, I don't know what size they are. If I find out, I will leave that in the video. So, you know, use the wire strippers for that, but and I'll use the wire strippers to crimp this here. So, yeah, let's go ahead and connect all this up. So ready now to put the back panel on. I do have some KO liner I think I'm going to wrap around here, each one of these, just because I happen to have it. Not that I necessarily need it, but yeah, I'm going to do that, and then we're going to put the panel on here. I had the one screw at the top up there. You know, I'm not a professional or electrician, so, you know, this is what we're going with here. Do your own due diligence for your own particular project. So let's put the panel on. Okay, got the panel on the back here. Now we can go back to the front here and put the two screws into the heating element here where the holes are at. There we go. So I never tested this element, so we'll do that now. And I'm thinking it's just a burned wire, but I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the cabinet. All right, let's put the door back on. I'll pull these out. Just like that. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Let's put it on bake. Lights on. 350. Yes, it's hot already. That's hot as well. So it looks like it was just the wires. I'll watch it for a little bit here till it gets till it actually gets to about 350 and make sure everything's okay. But I think we're in good shape here. So that's it. Thanks for watching the video. Until next time, have a great day out there and take care.